Good morning students. Welcome back to online class of social. Before continuing our lesson, let me tell you about the midterm portion. I know you all got the midterm portion. Then also I am telling you the portion. Midterm portion. Lesson 2.3 Greenland, the land of ice and snow. Lesson 2.4 Saudi Arabia, the land of hot sand. Lesson 2.5 Paris, the grassland. Lesson 3.1 Conquering distances. Lesson 3.2 Sending and receiving messages. And your question will be based on multiple choice questions. And it can be from book exercise, question answers, and from inside the lesson. Now, let's continue our lesson. Till now, we studied what are the problems of the world, how Industrial Revolution changed into World War. Till now, we studied World War I and its causes. Today, we'll study World War II. World War II. It lasted from 1939 to 1945. On one side, there were Germany, Italy, and Japan. On the other, there were almost all the remaining countries of the world. The war ended with the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in Japan. As a result of this war, about 5 crore lives were lost. There was also a huge loss of property. Cities and towns were razed to the ground. So, World War II, also known as Second World War. It was the global war that lasted from 1939 to 1945. That is from 1st September 1939 to 2nd September 1945. The war dragged for 6 bloody years. Means the war took place for 6 years until the Allies defeated Nazi Germany and Japan in 1945. Means it ended when US General Douglas MacArthur accepted Japan's former surrender. Then only the war was ended. And it involved almost vast majority of the world countries, including all great powers, forming two opposite military alliances. You can see here, that is the picture of World War II. Here also you can see Germany invading Poland. Here, two opposing military alliances, in that the Allies and the Axis were there. That is the two opposite military alliances. In Allies, the Soviet Union were there, France, Great Britain, the United Nations, and China. And Axis, that is your Germany, Italy, and Japan. And it directly involved more than 100 million people from more than 30 countries. Almost all the countries get involved in this war. And 5 crore lives were lost and made it the bloodiest conflict as well as the largest world war in history. Almost 5 crore lives were lost. Loss means 5 crores जाने गई थी. Even more. Now, and all the cities and towns were razed to the ground, means destroyed completely. It fully get destroyed. Here you can see the picture of Nagasaki and Hiroshima. Okay, You know that the war ended when the Japan and Germany surrender in front of allies. Why they surrender? Because of they did atomic bomb blast in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. That's why they surrender. And you can see here the picture of Hiroshima after a week, after an atomic bomb destroyed the cities. That is the picture of Hiroshima. In this way, the war ended. Now, let's study about what are the causes of World War II. The causes of World War II is Treaty of Versailles, rise of fascism in Italy, Japanese expansionism, economic depression, anti-communism, appeasement, militarism, nationalism, and the rise of Hitler. You know what is Versailles? That is a city in north central France near Paris. And treaty means whatever the compromise were there, that because of that they started fighting. That was one of the cause for Second World War. Then rise of fascism means a government have complete power and they suppressing the opposition for doing the wrong things. Then expansionism, that is the meaning the same imperialism. That is the same meaning I told imperialism, that a policy of extending countries' power. That is the meaning of imperialism and expansionism. They want to expand their power. Then economic depression, you know, that is related to the finance. Anti-communism means a political movement opposed to community. That is the anti-communism. Appeasement means compromise. Militarism, earlier also I told that they wanted to strong military capacity. That is the meaning of militarism. Then nationalism, you know what is nationalism, and rise of Hitler. That were the cause of Second World War. Now come to the birth of United Nations. The horrible destruction caused by the two world wars set many people thinking. They began to look upon war as a foolish thing. The money spent on war could be used for the good of man. It could be used for the progress and prosperity of the world. It was this thought that gave birth to the United Nations Organization, UNO, now generally called the United Nations. Today, it is an organization of more than 190 countries. It was set up in 1945. It works to keep peace in the world and help people everywhere. Its chief objectives are to save future generations from wars, to work for peace and security of all nations, to protect human rights and freedom all over the world, to remove differences based on sex, religion, language, race, etc., to encourage friendly relations among different nations of the world, to solve all international problems peacefully and through cooperation, to help nations in the achievement of all the objectives mentioned above. So, after the two world wars, after World War I and World War II, now people start thinking that after war what happened? There is fully destruction everywhere. All the properties, cities and towns, full loss were there, even the lives. So they thought that wars are a foolish thing, and how much money they spend on war that can be used for good of man. जो पैसे जो मनी उन्होंने वार में स्पेंड किए थे उसको लोगों की भलाई के लिए भी यूज़ कर सकते थे. And it could be used for the progress and the prosperity of the world. Because of this thought only gave birth to the United Nations organization. And the United Nations officially came into existence on 24 October 1945. You know, the name United Nations coined by the United States. That is, United States President Franklin D. Roosevelt was used in the declaration by the United States on 1st January 1942 during the Second World War. They started thinking at the time of Second World War only. So, they started declaration of United Nations on 1st January 1942. But officially they came into existence on 24 October 1945. And that time, here now it is given, today it is an organization of more than 190 countries, but that time only 46 nations, including 4 sponsors, means 49 only, 49 or 50, invited to the San Francisco Conference. And United Nations was the second multi-purpose international organization in 20th century that was worldwide in scope and membership. In 20th century, not in 21st century, I am talking in 20th century. And you know, the work of United Nations is to keep peace in the world and to help people everywhere. Now you know that the headquarters of United Nations is in New York City. Here you can see the picture of United Nations when it came into existence officially. That is on 24 October 1945. And here it is the San Francisco Conference when 46 nations including the 4 sponsors were invited to sign the UN Charter. And this is the flag of UN, okay, with its white emblem on a light blue field. You can see at the center white emblem is there. That is the flag of United Nations. You know that the United Nations work is to keep peace in the world and help people everywhere. But in addition to this, there are other important objectives also. That is to save future generation from wars. That is to maintain international peace and no war should be again. To work for peace and security of all nations, that we call the international relations. To protect human rights and freedom all over the world. That comes under the human rights. To remove differences based on sex, religion, language, race, etc. That is the equality. To encourage friendly relation among different nations of the world. That is international relations. And to solve all international problems peacefully and through cooperation. That comes under area of involvement. And to help nation in achievement of all the objectives mentioned above. That is your trust territory. That it coordinate with each other to carry out day-to-day work of the organization. It provides overall administrative guidance. That is the trust territory. Okay. So what are the basic objectives? First, area of involvement. So no war should took place. Human rights. Then economic development. International relations. equality, and prosperity. That are the basic objectives of United Nations. I hope you understood this much and be prepared for your midterm exam. Thank you.